Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Laura. I'm so glad that you're here watching this video. I am currently about 28 weeks pregnant with baby number 1, and it is a baby boy. We are so excited. We do have his name picked out, but we're not planning to share it until he is born. But today's video is going to be all about 10 baby boy names that I love but won't be using for this baby. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you a little hint. It's going to be the first initial of baby boy's first name, so stick around for that and leave any comments and guesses in the comment box below of what you think his name might be. I'm going to just go ahead and start. These are in no particular order. These are just names that I love, and most of them didn't make the cut because my husband wasn't as on board with them and we couldn't agree, but these are the names that I love but won't be using for this baby boy. The first one is Evander. So I know that a lot of people think about the boxer that also has this name, but I'm not really somebody who follows boxing, and so I don't really think that at all, but I just love the sound of Evander. I really like E's and V's, I think, in names. So Evander, my husband just couldn't get with that name. I think somebody at his work is named that. He just couldn't get on board with the name, but I really loved it, and maybe I can persuade him if we have a baby boy again in the future, if we're so blessed. Maybe I could persuade him to use that name even for a middle name, but Evander, it just sounds so nice to me, and you don't hear it very often, and I do love unusual names like that. The next name is another one you don't hear very often, which is Lark. And so Lark is like a bird name. There's a bird named Lark, or called Lark, and it could be used for a girl or a boy's name, but I just really like it for a boy. But again, my husband Dan was not at all interested in the name Lark. Also, Caedmon was another one that he was a little bit more on board with, but still didn't think it was the right name. And so I remember when I was in college and I was taking like British literature, and we had to read, I think it was called Caedmon's Hymn, and it's like this really ancient text. And it's where the contemporary Christian band from back in the day, Caedmon's Call, gets their name, but I really like Caedmon. But I was kind of concerned too that it might sound like caveman, which I didn't really want to birth a Neanderthal, so Caedmon just didn't make the cut. The next one is Theodore. I think I would have used this for more of a middle name, but I think Theodore is really sweet, classic, and just a name you don't hear as much, though those old names are coming back, so I'm sure there's plenty of Theodores around. I just don't know very many, or any, I don't think. The next name is Ezra, and so I thought my husband would totally be on board with this because it just sounds very masculine to me, and of course it's biblical, and also it's a character in a Star Wars cartoon, and my husband is a giant Star Wars fan, loves Star Wars, but he did not like Ezra, so I really liked it, but unfortunately he did not. The next one is really rare. I think we just found it when we were looking up baby names, and it's the name Imrys. And so Imrys, as far as I remember and what I learned when I was looking it up, is like a really old Welsh name, and it's kind of like another name, like a Welsh name for Merlin, the wizard. So that's not really our thing. We're not like all up on that kind of stuff, but I really like the sound of it, and I like that it's so unusual, Imrys. But I didn't know if it sounded a little too maybe feminine, but it was one that we were considering. Another one is Jude, and of course Jude is a biblical name as well, but my husband did not like Jude at all, so that one was quickly nixed. Another one is Luke, again a biblical name. And my husband does like the name Luke, but we just didn't go with it. We liked our name that we chose, I guess, more so. But Luke was one that was on our list of possibilities. Another one was Forrest, And I don't know if I would have used this for a first name, maybe just a middle name, but we both love like the woods and nature and hiking, so I just thought Forrest sounded like a great idea, but my husband wasn't so keen on that one either. And then lastly was Noah. I really liked Noah, but again, my husband did not like it. It's another great biblical name, and I think it's really sweet, and it's very popular right now too, so that kind of put me off because I do want something a little more unusual, but I was willing to still consider Noah, but because my husband wasn't on board, we decided to not choose that name. So now that you have listened to those top 10 names that I love but won't be using for baby boy, I am going to give you the hint for baby boy's first initial for his first name. And there it is. I'm probably gonna hang this in his little nursery area. It's like a little vintage flashcard, but this is what his name starts with. So again, feel free to leave any guesses in the comments below, and I hope you'll come back and visit my channel again. I'm just starting out, but I'm hoping to be posting a lot of pregnancy and motherhood, lifestyle, DIY, that kind of stuff, videos, thrift hauls, things like that. And I just thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. For those of you interested in bump shots, here's my bump update for about 28 weeks. This is how I'm looking. I can't imagine getting bigger, but I know it's gonna happen.